All right, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. I am Michael Barbers that are like-minded who are typically booth renters, salon suite owners, or they would like to be a salon suite owner. And what we do is collectively put our resources and our knowledge and things to help build one another, help encourage one another, and help each other to get to the goals that you want to reach in your business. On this live today, I'm going to do something just a little bit different than what I normally do. I am going to kind of just go right into today's topic on how to build up value within your services. And today, specifically, we're talking about behind the chair working with the client. I just want to kind of put some things on your mind about how to approach this, things to think about, some things that I'm sure many of y'all who are watching now live, what will be watching, you're probably already doing, but you may not realize how much value that adds to you. I strongly believe you can get to in your business. You need to first do an evaluation of where you're at in your business, and you need to start taking notice of those areas in your business where you could utilize some changes and some improvements. Those of you all who are here live now and those that are watching on the replay, if you can write a comment, let me know what city you're from and how long you've been in the business. That'd be great, greatly appreciated. just to kind of recap how we got to this point and start talking about the services and specifically what we're talking about today. About 5 or 6 weeks ago, we were talking about taking less people and being able to make more money behind the chair, and we did a case study. We started the process of building up case studies. That's what we're going to be doing all year long, is building up case studies. And the first person that we had on our list is a gentleman by the name of Goober Master. The Goober Master, came across him on YouTube, and he said that he wanted to make about $1,000 consistently 5 days a week. The idea is taking less people. So we looked more in things that he had going on, plus the goals of his business. And what we decided to do was raise that goal. So we decided to strive for and put a target on personal income of $67,000 a year. His take home within 48 weeks. And add an additional 20% for expansion in his business that he has planned coming in the near future. So we spent about 4 weeks mapping it out from the very beginning of doing an assessment of where he's currently at in his business and how to take his strengths and things that he feels like he wants to improve with other techniques and tricks to strategize a plan to get him to his new goal of about just under $81,000 this year. And I'm pretty confident we got a pretty solid plan that is very, very, very doable. After we finished 4 weeks with him, we moved on into how we approach things behind the chair. And last week, we kind of went over some things to just start the mindset and framing everything around how to add more value to your services. And this week is no different. This is week number 2. I want to show you. I got the Instagram going on over here, so we got YouTube going on. I see the community. And I thank you all for tuning in, those that are watching now and then those that are in the replay. I'm going to put some things on your mind and give you some things to consider. And I'm really looking forward. Like I said, I'm gonna walk through. I'm gonna kind of talk through some of these ideas, and more importantly, I want to introduce something at the end that I think you would enjoy. Is for a specific type of a barber. It won't be specifically in more barbers that are novice and just getting started in their career, and even a couple of hairstylists. I want to make sure that I have something that's specifically for you. I want to make sure that I have something that's not kind of going over your head and something that you can relate to. So without further ado, we are going to get into our lesson for today. Let's see. Lesson plans for my kids. 1 second, I am going to try my best to wrap everything up fairly quickly today, so this is easily digestible, and so you can get right into writing out plans and structures for how you're going to implement these things if you're not already doing it. So upgrade your services. Small changes, big value. Upgrade your service. Here's what you'll learn. You're going to learn the YouTube channel where you can see the full presentation of this. I probably will only keep this live on just a few more minutes. So what you'll learn today is what to do before your service. There's the adding value to your services start way before the person even sits down. We're gonna learn simple add-ons and approach you want to have on your mind to implement doing the service. And then finally, you're going to know what to do after your service. For a lot of us, typically it for the service, and I want to show you that as important as growing your clientele and to keep building week after week after week, person after person, is client retention and satisfying clients so that you keep more clients, and so it's not this constant revolving door. Okay, pre-service. So again, we're jumping right into this. Instagram, you still here with me? I'm gonna keep you on just for a little while longer. So our pre-services. So this is everything that you do before your services begin, before they even sit down in your chair. And I highly recommend that you don't think about just new people. This is even clients that you've been cutting for years. If you aren't doing anything like this now, you may want to consider implementing this into your services, and don't undervalue this part. So appointment reminders. Appointment reminders will, one, more importantly, it will keep down on the no call, no shows and kind of minimize the lateness in your schedule. At appointment reminders, what ends up happening is I'm sorry about that. Okay. Appointment reminders. Um if you're dealing with a client where they've never received appointment reminders, if you've been in a professionally ran barbershop receiving services, this is an improvement right away. You won't, and they rely on the alarm clock. It kind of keeps things on their mind, and they begin to prioritize you better. The next thing we have, greetings. This is something that I just recently came across a video on YouTube. It was a clip. I'm pretty sure that it was scripted out. I really hope that it wasn't like a real video that was taken in the barbershop. But it was of a barber who just failed to where he kind of came off as if he was annoyed by having to service someone coming into the barbershop to get a haircut. But to get to the point of why you want to consider doing this is because we want to make your environment welcoming to every person that comes into your business, no matter how long they've been around. You want to make sure that you greet them. If you can greet them by name, great. Get in the habit of memorizing people's names, but give them a warm greeting and let them know and remind them that they are welcome at your establishment. That type of, for someone's time and for them as a person, will go a long way, and that's added value to your service overall. And simply, this is the one that I think a lot of us kind of skip out on, is the consultation. Um, excuse me. It doesn't matter if the client has been coming to you for years. If I believe wholeheartedly that you will have more success homes in your haircuts if you make doing consultation a regular part of your service. It doesn't have to be long, but simply don't assume what someone is getting done for their services. I don't care if they typically every single week. You want to double check. Please make recommendations of things that you feel like would improve the haircut whether it's a minor change or it's a major change, one of the number one reasons why clients leave barbers and switch to someone else is not just bad services, but sometimes is that they were looking for something new, something fresh, and they couldn't get it with their current barber, so they went on to someone else. If you already do any of these things, let me know in the chat. If it's something that you feel like you need to improve on, if you need to improve on your consultations, let me know, cause that's something that's that's kind of been asked a lot. And I know it was a period of time where I really didn't know how to start a consultation. Doing the service. So this is when the client, after you've done the consultation, you sit down in a chair, you know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly what the client wants as well as what he does not want. I highly recommend that a lot of us should know. I don't think that we are implementing is for the client to not to have to worry about cleansing and conditioning their scalp when they're done with their services. They will feel fresh. They will feel relaxed if it's done right. And more importantly, your haircuts will come out so much better on a clean head of hair. It's like night and between the way haircuts look after freshly shampooed hair and is dry as opposed to hair that services. A lot of times we have clients that dryness in their scalp. We can see the dandruff flakes going on. A lot of times we even see inflammation going on in the scalp. You want to come up with treatment services to be able to address those needs of the client. Don't just let it be there and you just simply ignore it, especially the really flaky dandruff part. You don't want to be that one that you done shampooed the client's hair and they sitting in the chair, and when you combing through it, the dry flakes are just falling on them and they see it. That's embarrassing for them. And 9 times out of 10, if you don't offer it help or solution, they're going to look for things on their own. So if you come up with the treatments, if you come up with the solutions for those situations for that customer, have product knowledge available. So along with these treatment services, the type of shampoo that you use, the type of conditioner that you use, I highly encourage that you don't just pick up anything off the shelf. Actually, really think through what kind of services you're going to use in the back bar to increase the value of your services with your clients. You want to educate your clients on why you use or chose a specific type of a shampoo. You want to educate your client on the importance of conditioning hair. You want to educate them on the treatment services that you have and how to continue on and maintain a healthy scalp, because that's typically where a lot of the issues is with is everything that you use. And you know, doing this at the shampoo bowl is a great time, but what it does is it makes you more knowledgeable in the eyes of your clients, and that goes a long way. Next, scalp massages. But Wall makes an incredible machine that you can use for scalp massages at the shampoo bowl. It's a little handheld wall massager that has different attachments on there. Not only is it relaxing for the client and they love it, you can of doing scalp massages is increasing blood flow in their areas, and the more nourishment you can put on the scalp, as well as encouraging nourishment in the inside of the body through one's diet, and you're doing things to circulate that in the scalp and throughout the body, the more impactful your services will be. You create an environment for your services to be more effective. Next, we have doing the service, draping. Here's another thing that I believe is overlooked. A couple of examples. Makes it seem like a no-brainer, but many of us I've done it at times. I'm sure you've done it. If you haven't done it, thumbs up to you. But we can't run low on our neck strips. We have to make sure that we create a barrier between the cape and the client's skin for several reasons, but more importantly, including around the collar of the client, and spreading it out so that the hair that falls down does not get on their shirts, especially if they have uh, white or light blue dress shirts on, and they're in their suit, and even if they're able to greatly appreciate it. And if there is a way to make sure that you drape the client in a way where the hair doesn't fall into the client's shoes and doesn't fall all into the cuffs of their shirts, that also will be greatly appreciated. Next, we have really spend my time intervals is you want to take time that you do and you want to break up every section of your haircut procedure and the way you approach your haircut. Do everything in 10-minute intervals. So, example of what that would look like for me. For the first 10 minutes of my haircut, for the most part, I spend the first 10 minutes roughing out the haircut, just establishing the frame, the foundation of the haircut. I am not looking for perfection during that time. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm not detailing. I'm not doing a whole lot of blending. I'm just simply just cutting out the framework. Now I do have systems in place where, it is being blended and go right into my framework. I typically break my framework up into two parts, but for 10 minutes, even if I did not finish the perfecting the haircut and it's still like a lot of issues within the haircut, I have moved on to the next part, which is outlining. Now, after the outline, I typically go back now to do the detail work at this time, to do the polishing work. And for the most part, because of how I structure and how I approach every haircut, typically every haircut is done within 30 minutes. That leaves me more time to now do enhancements, to do texturizers, to add on some color, to do an express facial, express beard wash, because I've knocked out the majority of the haircut within 20 to 30 minutes. Another reason why you want to kind of break up things into 10 minutes, especially for newer barbers and you have newer clients. If you spend too much time in one area doing one particular thing, it starts to make the client nervous. You may be things move in the client. For those of you all who are interested and you need to hear more about or even see a demonstration of the 10-minute interval system that I do, let me know in either in chat or in the DM, and I will be sure to sign you up for upcoming class that I have where we'll be focused all on the haircut and approaching the haircut, and we'll be talking face to face and real live interaction. It won't be in a format like this. Here we go. The next one. You want to be mindful of your client's comfort. You want to make sure that your trimmers aren't overbiting and pinching clients. You want to make sure that your blades aren't so bumped up so close and so as in zero gap, that we're mindful that the hair on than anywhere else on our body. So those of you all who like to use the dry razor, sometimes that dry razor may not be the best option for every client. You need to consider their skin and their comfort level. So being mindful that you spend time refining your tools, asking clients how their comfort level is, and just taking note and keeping record of what you're using and how you're using it. Also, other things that fall into client comfort is the type of music that they hear, the type of music that you hear. You want to make sure that the music is calming. So when they're getting their services, it's promoting relaxation. I know we like to listen to music to get ourselves pumped up and get ourselves. Times we're playing music that is the client just got off of work. They ready to just unwind and relax, and the music that we're playing keeps is keeping up their anxiety, and they're not able to kind of settle. Another thing, being mindful of client comfort is that if you are able to, not everybody's in this situation, but if you are able to, if you're able to add beverages into your services, even if you're charging for the beverages, that is going to be a great value to the client experience, having something as simple as water. And I know there's some barbers they have wine and cognac and all that's cool too. But whatever you can experiencing client comfort, tools and services done. Another thing would be how the shop looks. Nobody's perfect. I know how things get messed up doing the work day. Believe me, I know more than anybody how things get messed up, and I'm not telling anybody to work perfectly and not mess up. But if you can take time throughout the day to kind of clean up, straighten up, and just make sure the decor of their work environment is in a way that it causes relaxation and it gives the clients something to look at that's pleasing to look at, that is increasing the perceived value of your services. If all this makes sense and you're doing any of this, I'd love to hear from you in the chat of what you got going on and what you're doing. Here we go. Details matter. So remember I said in doing the doing everything in 10-minute intervals, what you're doing is you're kind of getting the easy work out of the way. I believe for those of you all who feel like you're spending too much time on your haircuts and you want to influence hair, going through your blending techniques and then detailing. I believe that the reason why we're taking too much time to get haircuts done is because we are focused on one spot way too long, and we're cutting and detailing at the same self, over cutting. I wish I had something right now where I can just press a button. I can overemphasize on we don't want to overcut. You're spending way too much time in one spot, and you're trying to do all your detail work and cut at the same time, and that's killing your baseline time. Again, like I said earlier, if you can get most of your work done between 15 and 30 minutes, get most of the haircut done, now you have a lot of time to do your detail work. You have a lot of time to really polish that haircut. But don't skip out over detailing your haircut. Make sure that you are very mindful of how to refine those lines of demarcation. You want to make sure that you're taking time to that you've removed the weight that is necessary to get the look. Sometimes, especially on these fades, if you haven't detailed enough and you haven't mastered your distance, it starts looking like a bowl cut. Details matter. You want to make sure that your framework, your outline is balanced. I'm not always talking about with your clients with the outline. I understand those situations because you like some scar and all that because you're overlining and you're using trimmers that are way too sharp over and over. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that the way you approach a hairline, that everything is balanced and symmetric. If you need help with doing outlines or any type of haircut, if you're a beginner and you're watching this in a replay or even watching this live and you need help with just this portion right there, hit me in my DM, write me a comment. I'm going to reach out to you and we'll set that up. We'll set that up to get you rocking and rolling right away. Again, details matter. The next thing, brows, lower neck, ears, and nose hairs. If you are able to add that into your service menu, whether you do it for free or whether it's an add-on to your service menu, those things matter. We've all done it. We've all seen it where clients, if we can be mindful to take care of those areas, clean those up. They're gonna appreciate it because they can see how well grown, and you're gonna get blamed for everything because you left it. So it's gonna just look bad. But being able to groom someone's brows, take care of the hair on the lower part of the neck. Make sure you get the hairs out of the ears and in their nose. Their over details matter. And we have finishing techniques. For some people, you have no idea what a finishing technique is. But simply, a finishing technique is the way you finish and polish and kind of give your haircut that signature where people can identify your work when they're leaving the chair. There's, those of you all who have really paid attention to some of the greats that we have in our industry. Those like like a Kenny Duncan, those like a Tone McGill, those like a Fahim Alexander. Those guys have you can tell their haircuts apart, and then you have people like Erskine Reeves. He has a way that his finish of his haircuts, the way his outlines look. If you're not paying attention to those things, you need to really, really start taking notice of the way people finish their haircuts, and you want to create a look about yourself. You want to create a signature where even if the haircut is 2-3 days right away, and then not only with polishing arms to an end. So what that can simply look like, and you can implement this right away. You can implement some type of cooling sea breeze at the end of your services, and then come back behind it with a hot towel to relax the client, to reduce the inflammation and the redness. Your clients will appreciate it and they will love it. If you do resonate with you, like for doing the service, let me know in the chat. Hit me in the DM. That's typically where a lot of people go. They hit me in my DM. But let me know which ones resonate with you. Let me know which ones you're already doing. And then typically, if you need help with seeing how to speed up your haircuts and how to approach it, if you need help with doing outlines on your haircuts, reach out to me in my DM, and I'm gonna get you set up where we can get you started right away of learning and implementing. Post service. We're on our last two. The last thing that you want to do is perform a haircut service, and at the end of the haircut service, you collect money, and then that is not where our value ends. We want to make sure that we have retail. We want to make sure that the service that you just provided, you have something that the client has an option of taking home with them to keep up their new look. So that could be wave pomade, that could be shampoo and do-rags and brushes to support the look. That can be picks and combs. You want to make sure that what you did on the client and products that you use, you also have it available for them to go home with. Because if they're home, here's the added value. Now they're able to maintain their look with the products that they just brought from you. And in the event that they've run out and they associate that product with you, now you put yourself in a position where they're thinking of you, and now they're looking forward to making another appointment if they haven't done already, staying in touch even after the haircut service. And lastly, you want to follow up with your clients, see how they're doing, of assistance, and start setting up the sale for the next visit, even after they got their haircut service done. Remember, it's not about gaining a bunch of clients. It's not about getting more clients. It's about refining our process and how we approach a haircut so that we retain more clients. And I believe that so many clients, um, it's not that they don't like your services. It's not that they didn't want to come back. It's just that simply you disconnected yourself from somebody else, gave them more perceived value. Somebody else gave them something else that you was not looking for. Keep that line. How could I better serve you? You will be in are a few things that I just want to kind of put on your mind, give you some things to really think about and consider. This is the foundational for the value on your service. About going out and you done spend a bunch of money on learning new techniques and services and all this stuff. Those are great. I promise those are great. They work. I've done it. I've added those services to my menu, but I'm trying to show you and I'm with you to be able to grow your business, expand your business without feeling like you need to do those things, like needing to add in more services. Sometimes you may simply be having too much services and you can't focus. Sometimes you may be offering the wrong service to the wrong people. And what you have to do is get grounded with the people that you're serving, get to know them better and what their needs are. A lot of that happens during the consultation. And you take data. You want to take notes on what your clients' needs are, what their struggles with, things that they have problems with, and things they're concerned with, so you can start formulating services that are unique to your client base. And I can't stress out enough. You need to have an approach to your haircuts that reduce your baseline time of your haircut services down so that you have time, whether you do a 30-minute services, 45-minute services, hour services, or 90-minute services, or 75, whatever it is. You want to have you want to decrease your time that you're spending on the haircut side so you can have focus on the extra services. It's a great play. You don't want to be cutting for 45 minutes and then you still got an additional 30 minutes worth of services to do, and you've worked on one spot on somebody that in your business, and you need help with increasing the speed of your haircuts. If you need help with outlining, becoming better with your edge work, send me a DM. I'm gonna have the link to those classes by no later than tomorrow evening. And if we don't have any questions, I'm gonna get ready to close this one out. I want to try to do the lives where they're more short formatted. If you like it this way, you give me a thumbs up in the chat. If you like it shorter like this, if you like it just kind of getting like right to the point, getting right in there, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the DM, just so I can see just where everybody's at. And then more importantly, I am considering a new time. If you like the 5 o'clock, let me know. If you want to do a morning time, let me know. I am gonna go back and forth, but I really want to kind of keep these lives under 60 minutes. I don't want to be too long and drawn out because I can talk for a long period of time about each one of these subjects and really unpack it, because I really like it, especially pairing up the retail with the services. Once I learn how to pair the retail with the services, and once I started consistently implementing the doing everything in 10-minute intervals, that that shot the my income way up. Where within the past 6 years, for the past 6 years, I've been a salon suite owner, and I came to the salon suite to start my business over and to really start taking everything that I was doing in my business and to start writing it down. Building out my SOPs in my business, and with me writing everything down that I do in my business, I began to immediately see things that were wrong in my business. What I discovered by accident is that the more you can look at data, you can make better decisions for your business. It's a much it's You can keep trying to rely on your gut feeling and how just relying on chance, but when you start building your business around data, that's going to be a game changer because you'll be able to see exactly where you need to invest your money in. I am a big advocate for advanced education. I'm a big advocate for continued education. I believe in coaching. I believe in mentorship. But it's going to be really, really hard to make sure that you're picking the right area of focus if you're solely making decisions based upon how you feel. I get it. I've been there. I've done it. But I tell you, the last 6 years specifically has been life changing in my business. And I spent the first 2016, 2017, I spent getting my ideas out and examining my business and writing it down. 2018, 2019, and 2020 is when I started really, really going outside of my city and traveling and investing in advanced education, mentors, and coaches. I've invested a lot in my mind, and I can say that from 2018 to now, I've tripled my income. No cap. Anybody who actually does any type of group coaching with me or one-on-one coaching with me, I got receipts. I will show it. I have and I also show the mistakes because I also made tons of mistakes along the way too, and I'm trying to help you all avoid those mistakes so that you can get to your goals faster. And again, on some of these subjects, I won't be the one always speaking. There are a lot of you all who have a lot of value to add, especially here in Chicagoland. We've already at our live in salon workshops, we've had guest trainers, we've done interviews. We got a couple of interviews coming up. It's about to be springtime, and I'm very, very excited. And I'm just looking forward to what the rest of this year is going to look like. If this has been helpful for you, please like, subscribe, and share. And for those that are you are in the YouTube community and those coming into the YouTube community, make sure you hit the notification button so that every time I upload new video content, you're notified right away. I have some things in the work where I won't always just be doing these lives. We have interviews coming up. We have tutorials and demonstrations coming up. And I'm really considering adding in an additional, I won't say what it is just yet, but adding in something additional that I believe will be of great value. I am building up my book library, like my book recommendations. There's reading that I believe that all of you all should do. Some of these books you probably read before, but maybe not finished it, and some of these books you probably never even heard of. But we have the book club that I'm building up. I'm going to be talking more about that probably later on in the week. And if you are interested in seeing the case study on making more money while taking less people, if you want access to that case study, let me know in the chat or the DM. I will reach out to you and I will give you access to that case study. And if we have nothing else, we don't have any comments in the chat. My name is Michael Banks. I appreciate everybody who tuned in live and on the replay, especially the replay. I really appreciate you guys. And for those of y'all who reach out to me in the DM, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate the support, and we are going to get ready to head out. Peace.